Leon Black was born in 1932 on a farm in Martins Mill, Texas, which is also known as a basketball community about 30 minutes east of Tyler.
In 48, my junior year, we won the Dr. Pepper tournament in Dallas, and we played a lot of Dallas schools. We were Class B. In 49, we finished second, but we played anybody that would play us.
Martins Mill teammate Kellis White remembers Leon as a coach on the court for the Mustangs.
Leon was our captain. In fact, if there was a timeout called, Leon was the one that called the timeout. Otherwise, we just ran people like crazy.
I was raised in the country on the farm, and there was two jobs. One was farming and one was teaching school. And I'm not very smart, but I was smart enough to know I didn't want to farm.
Leon was an athletic basketball player who could practically jump through the roof in their old gym in Martins Mill, where at 5'8", he could actually dunk the basketball.
Leon really had quick feet. He had great spring in his legs, but he could jump, get his hand above the rim. He taught us how to shield the ball, how to protect it, make sure that we made good, crisp passes.
We hardly ever played a team of our size in non-district. We played bigger, stronger, supposedly, teams that were good basketball schools, and those were the schools we primarily played. And that's the reason we were able to win the state championship in 49 was because of all the competition that we had earlier. Leon
Black helped guide Martins Mill to a Class B state basketball championship at Gregory Gym on the UT campus.
We rode an old Greyhound bus from Martins Mill down to Gregory Gym. And Gregory Gym not a big arena, but for us, coming out of a small school, walking into Gregory Gym and seeing at the end of the court, there's a big map of state of the Texas where it had all the participants for that year. They had the names up there with little lights on them where they were located, and that was kind of special.
Little did Leon know at the time that Gregory Gym would soon become his home away from home. Leon has fond memories of his playing days at the University of Texas from 1950 to 53 under Longhorn head coaches Jack Gray and Slew Hull.
We had some good teams. My favorite memories of the player, one of the things that shocked me was we went to Madison Square Garden, and to walk in that arena and see that garden was kind of a shock. And we played in New York. It's a good trip, stayed about a week and saw a lot of sights, and I remember that as kind of special. I was a sophomore, and I made a free throw with, I think, 5 seconds to go to beat the Aggies one game, and I remember that as a player. When I graduated from Texas, I went straight to the Army because the Korean War was going on, and we all knew that we were going to go. And my luck was good, and before we were to ship out to Korea, they signed the armistice, and so I stayed in the Army the rest of my 2 years and actually played and coached in the Army. So I got a little coaching experience while I was in the Army. You had to be organized, you had to be on time, and you had to give good effort. One of the most important things you can have as an athlete is, of course, discipline, and the military taught you discipline.
Leon traded in his sneakers for a whistle and got into coaching, where he had success at various colleges prior to getting hired at the University of Texas as a head coach in 1967. Leon guided the Longhorns to 2 NCAA tournaments as a result of winning the Southwest Conference twice in his 9 seasons as head coach. The Longhorns reached the Sweet 16 in 1972, including an upset victory over the University of Houston, and Texas made it to the NCAA tournament in 1974 as well.
Every win is a big win because you're playing people of equal ability normally, and so it's always a challenge. We went to California and played UCLA, undefeated season. And I got to visit with Coach Wooden, and a great man, and I respected him so much because he was such an influence on all of us young coaches during that time.
Coach Black convinced Sam Bradley to play basketball in addition to track and became the first African-American basketball player to play at the University of Texas. In fact, Coach Black recruited the first 7 African-American players in program history, including Jimmy Blacklock, who later toured over 100 countries playing for the Harlem Globetrotters, plus Johnny Moore, Ovi Dotson, and Larry Robinson, who was a Southwest Conference Player of the Year.
In my playing days and my coaching days, I had a very good relationship with people. That fact is being borne out all the time with the athletes that have graduated and gone on to successful businesses of their own. I'm real pleased and proud of how they developed, and I keep up with them pretty good.
Black resigned in 1976 following a 9-17 season and was replaced by Abe Lemons. Leon was instrumental in the University of Texas building the Irwin Center, where the Longhorns currently play basketball.
The arena was going to belong to the University of Texas, not the athletics department. So the only places we visited were multi-purpose arenas, and I would go and talk to the basketball coach and try to get all the things that we needed in our new arena based on what I saw at the other arena. So I was on board on all the decisions made at the Irwin Center as far as basketball was concerned.
I know after coaching basketball, you volunteered for the Texas Relays.
Cleveland Price was the track coach, and he was a very close friend. And even before I quit coaching, while I was coaching, I worked with the Texas Relays. In the early rounds, I did some timing, but in the later rounds where it was important, I was more of a public relations. I stayed around with the officials to answer questions.
Leon was a deacon at Hyde Park Baptist Church in Austin for more than half a century and attended Longhorn basketball games religiously until failing kidneys damaged by a blood disease and a heart condition slowed him down. For Black, God and family have always come first.
That's what keeps you going. It's a good family. They've been very supportive for me and to me and helping me with all my needs that I have. They're there for me, and I'm most appreciative that they are. And they're very successful in doing what they do, and that makes me proud too, to have them doing as well as they are.
Leon Black was honored to be inducted into the Greater Austin Sports Foundation and is truly a Texas basketball legend on and off the court.
It means a lot because you don't often have this opportunity, and I am so appreciative of the fact that I've been included with, I know what are a lot of real fine people, and indeed I am honored to be a part of that group, and I hope that I'll represent the organization well.